Hello, welcome. This is the soulmate reading and it's for July. So let's go into it and see what message we get. Thank you for subscribing. Happy solstice, because it is summer solstice today. Or winter solstice, I suppose, depending where you live on Gaia. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up, because it does help it reach more people. So let's see what message we get, and it's for the soulmate reading, and like I always say, it could be your soulmate, or it could be what I might call it's sort of like an intense connection. Okay, so like intense, special bond, intense connection. So Spirit, please show us what is happening for the soulmate connection, please. Okay. So you've got here very soon. That's a nice card to get, isn't it? Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So it's about having a real clarity of vision of how you are, how you want your life to be, how you want your relationships to be. Spirit is saying that we've got a more potent energy than what we realise. And obviously summer solstice, the whole point of summer solstice is equal day, equal night. It's a very potent time of manifestation. So, Epona's Wild Daughter. This is some past stuff coming up. So you could find something purging to do with the past. Anything that you think could be related to, inner child stuff, past history. You don't have to analyse it with this card at all. It's not the type of healing that we do. It's just literally allowing stuff to be released. So if you feel emotional, you don't need to think about it. Just know that it is being released and transmuted into light for you. And Spirit is saying with this card that it's healing you. There's something coming up to be released around this time. Obviously this video is divinely timed, so whenever you watch this video, and it is basically happening for you, that Spirit is helping to release stuff, and it may feel uncomfortable, but it's happening so that you can come into your true inner being and be your true divine light. You can't be the true divine light that you are. You are like this clear crystal. You can't be that until you've purged out a lot of, it's very difficult. You can have moments where you feel very aligned, but it's difficult to be that true being that you are when you've still got pain body that you're carrying. That's all getting released. Spirit is doing some work on you. So if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel purges, if you feel emotional, just know that Spirit is actually working on you and helping you to release it so that you can be this true spiritual being, to embrace source energy, and for source energy just to flow through you, because that's what you really are. So you're getting closer and closer to that all of the time now, and very soon you're going to feel that alignment all of the time. You're just going to feel your very best all of the time, because that is really what you've come here to be. And that means that whatever is authentically supposed to be yours will also manifest, because you'll be in your true aligned energy, and source can flow through you and make those miracles happen. So very good beginning to the reading. Let's go a bit deeper. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck and the Universal Tarot Mini until the Universal Tarot turns up in the larger version. So you've got here the Five of Pentacles. You have felt abandoned. You have felt rejected. You felt like an outsider. These are all the possibilities with this card that you may have been feeling. We'll pick a card to go with that. Simultaneously, as you've been feeling rejected like an outsider, you've been having some kind of major awakening with the Ace of Cups. You're having a new beginning simultaneously to dealing with feeling like you are shut out. Somebody somehow shuts you out and you somehow end up feeling rejected or like an outsider. Some of you may have suffered with health problems, some of you may have suffered with financial problems, but you know, not necessarily all of these things will have affected all of you, but these are the possibilities. Simultaneously, you're going through an awakening. Ace of Cups is a spiritual awakening, and it's the beginning of a very emotionally fulfilling journey for you. So you've been going through these two things at the same time. It's very strange. It's almost like you've been going through the worst time of your life at the same time. Strangely, it's the best time of your life, because you are, Ace of Cups is a beginning where you can truly be yourself. You're truly coming into your emotional alignment. So what's going on? At the moment, yeah, there are purges happening. There is some grieving. There is some letting go. You could feel like there's a bereavement or a loss or regrets, you know, and you could feel like what I was talking about with this card, you know, that oh my God, why are all these uncomfortable feelings coming up? But it's Spirit is actually close to you, doing it for you. Spirit is actually healing you. When you feel those horrible feelings come up, just know that Spirit is really close to you, helping you to release it all, so that you can see the two cups that are sitting right behind you, and that solid bridge that you can walk across, because things are never going to be as bad as they were. You know, you're never going back to how things have been. You are only going forward, and you're going forward on a solid bridge with two beautiful cups. So once this purging is done, you're going to be able to turn around and have this beautiful life that is so much more in alignment. Let's pick a card to go with that. The Sun. The Sun. Oh my God. See? The Sun. You know, this is a new chapter. It's a brand new day. So this is a soulmate reading, isn't it? And it's like, some of you may just feel like you're resonating with it on the level of life and just feeling rejected by life and feeling like an outsider by life, and you know, you've been going through some loss or something like that. But you know, for others of you, this is your soulmate, or your very important person who has put you through rejection, has, you know, you feel like you've been losing them, but at the same time, what do you find? You find a new chapter. You find yourself. So Tarot is really saying, don't get down in the dumps. I mean, it's so easy for me to say, but it's like, can you see it's the strangest thing, isn't it? Because those two are such a dynamic, such a polarity. They're probably the most depressing card in the deck, and then one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. And again, with these two cards, this is one of the most depressing cards in the deck, and then this is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. And you don't need me to tell you that, because if you watch tarot all the time, then you know. So there is something, this is such a divine time in the soulmate relationship and in your own relationship to yourself. This is kind of freaky. It's kind of freaky, right? Let's just keep reading because we need to see what's going on. Person you think about. Okay, so the person you think about is working really, really hard at the moment. They are carrying way too many burdens. They're trying to do everything themselves. They're really, really like determined to just soldier on, plow ahead, and just like do everything. This person is just like, I've got to do everything myself. They probably won't open up to you. They probably won't open up to anybody properly, and they're being stubborn. They're absolutely determined to improve their life, or make their life happen, but they're kind of breaking their back in the process, aren't they? Because this person is just carrying way too many burdens and they're not opening up to anybody. So they could crack. Ooh. Just as I say the words they could crack, Three of Swords comes out. Boom. That is like the heart cracking, isn't it? You know, what's this person going to do, honestly? They're killing themselves. This person is actually killing themselves. And I think it's through sheer stubbornness that they don't want to admit they suffer. They don't want to admit they find things hard. They don't want to admit they're suffering. They're so stubborn. This person's due an almighty purge. I shouldn't laugh when I say that. Spirit will be very close to them as they're purging. Spirit will be very close to them, just like Spirit is close to you at this time, because you've been doing a lot of your purging already. I think this person's been delaying their purging. They've been delaying it because they've been trying to soldier on, and be in denial about the fact that they're trying to do way too much, trying to cope and do everything themselves, being a bit of a martyr, really. And, you know, at the end of the day, they are only human. This person is going to crack, right? Okay, so they're due a big purge. This is what's going to happen. They may be going through this purge right now, or they're about to, massively. Okay, what does this person think about you? Well, I'll tell you what they think about you. Six of Cups. They've got a lot of bond to you. They've got a lot of fond feelings and fond memories. This is a very loving card. You know, and they see you as somebody that is kind of carrying history with them. You know, and also there's something kind of quite inner child about this. So as much as this person is putting on this very, very tough exterior, there's a inner child in there that is, you know, feeling something. And they're not really, I don't think they really want to feel these feelings, but these feelings are definitely there. Okay. They also have the Fool card, you know, and the Fool is obviously about new beginnings, and it's about, well, this person's quite immature. They have probably quite immature responses to you. Yeah, because the Fool that does tend to be very immature, but they also get very excited. So they're very childlike, because both these cards represent inner child. Very childlike. This person gets very childlike about you. So they have a bond to you, and that is something that cannot be denied. They have got a bond to you, and they can't really let you go. They really sort of like struggle to, they may well push you away. They may well make you feel like an outsider. Because I think that's what they've done. I think they've tried to reject you, push you away, make you feel unworthy. But they like literally, you know, they've just got a bond with you. They've got history. They've got very soft feelings towards you, but they get excited about you in some sort of way when they reach out to you, and then they act in very immature ways as well. So it's very childlike. And you know, the funny thing, when you feel very childlike about somebody, it's actually quite a difficult thing to break. Because any of that inner child stuff, which is the very first card, isn't that interesting? The very first card that came out, I said, you know, there must be some inner child stuff coming up here. You know, and that inner child stuff is it's the hardest stuff. It's the hardest stuff to purge, and it's the hardest stuff to ignore, you know. So They're putting on a very tough exterior, but underneath they've got very childlike feelings towards you, and they've got a kind of very innocent. They have got quite an innocent connection to you here, believe it or not. Right, so how they feel, well, they want to have a good time. You know, now this person may be just wanting to socialise, they feel quite happy, they want to ignore their problems, most likely, with this card. So they may be socialising, drinking, partying, or just on social media a lot, you know, doing anything they can to just connect with people on a very superficial level and just have fun. That's how they feel at the moment, you know, that's where their head is at. They just want to, because they don't want to deal with this purging stuff. They don't want to admit, you know, how hard it actually is that they're trying to take everything on. You know, and they probably don't want to admit the childlike feelings they have towards you. Right, so here we've got a King of Pentacles, I believe. I believe that's the King of Pentacles. This guy here. Now, King of Pentacles holds one golden coin. And this does not look like a page to me. And it's not a knight because it's not sitting on a horse. So it must be the King of Pentacles. So they do feel pretty good in a way. They kind of feel like they've got quite a lot going for them. They're definitely in a better place than they probably were, but they, at the same time, you see, King of Pentacles is quite generous to other people. King of Pentacles is looking at physical things, money, work, practical things, you know, pleasures of the senses. So it's not bad, but at the same time, this person definitely looks like they're trying to focus very much on that type of stuff rather than this deeper stuff. Let's have a look. How do they want to move forward? Well, they do want to move forward. They really do want to move forward. They've got this card here, and with this card, you know, 2 weeks to a month can be quite significant here. So they do want to move forward, but it's kind of with a heavy heart. They're trying to move forward, but they've got a very heavy heart about some of the things they leave behind. They've got a very heavy heart, and these are the burdens they carry, because interestingly, that card falls underneath these cards. You can see it's very heavy, isn't it? It's very, very heavy. I feel what happens is when they're out and about in public, they're acting like this. They're acting like a King of Pentacles. They're acting very, almost quite materialistic. They're acting quite immature or sort of like superficial. Party, drink, socialising, keeping busy, you know, money, work, all of those things. But actually what's underneath we can see is much more burdensome, heavy. There's a heavy load. They do want to move forward, but it's not easy for them. Okay, then they get the Lovers card. You see, this is a choice between two paths. This person needs to make a decision, and there's a choice between two paths, and Spirit is saying, look, you know, make your decision wisely, because whatever decision you make, you have to, you make your bed, you have to lie in it, don't you? So how do you want to play this out? Because you're going to have to lie in the bed that you make. They're thinking about you, I believe, with that Lovers card. They're thinking about you. And I think they're a bit torn. What's hidden that you don't see is the King of Swords. This is like going into a very business-like energy. You have to be, I think both of you are going to be quite cold. Both of you are going to be quite brutal on the surface, but there's no cruelty there. This is not cruel. It's just merely being quite businesslike and harsh and trying not to get so embroiled in the emotions and things like that, but just being very matter of fact, very practical, trying to also see things as they really are and not fall into illusion, but being really realistic about what is it that's really going on in my life, what's really actually happening, what's really going on in my relationships, and seeing everything as it really truly is. You know, there's no illusion here, there's no daydreaming with the King of Swords, you know, and just, you know, and not getting reactive or shouting at each other or blaming, just being a little bit cold, really. Let me just take a drink. It's literally so hot here. So King of Swords. Also, what's hidden that you don't see is something could be being reviewed. A decision, because we've got the Lovers card, which is a decision, right? And this is the decision they're making so that they can move forward. And this decision being made, the next card to come out is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords represents a decision that needs to be made that's being reviewed, and it will go in your favour. Justice card just came out. That's going in your favour. That is a yes. Isn't that interesting? And that's what's hidden that you don't see. The King of Swords to the Justice card. Spirit is saying you need to hold your own. You need to be very businesslike at the moment with life in general and with this person. And if you can just stay very calm, businesslike, matter of fact about things, you see the energy that you're getting given and you just reflect it back the same energy that you get given. So you're being quite cold and businesslike, because that's what you do in business. You just work with what you're getting, you know, you don't get emotional. And then what tarot is saying, if you use this business-like approach and you sort of being quite cold but also being quite fair, because Justice card is fair, you're going to get a favourable outcome. So it's almost like you have to keep your energy in a very, very mature, calm, matter-of-fact place. And if you can do that, I think you're going to get a favourable outcome. You know, you could find things go in your favour. Right. The advice from Spirit, please. Oh, wow. The star. Look at that. Right, the stars are aligned. That's amazing. That is a yes from the tarot as well. I can't really believe it, because the King of Swords is a yes. When something's being reviewed, you get a favourable outcome. The Justice card is yes, you're gonna get a favourable outcome. And the star is wishes fulfillment. I think somebody, I mean, we had that King of Pentacles that I said is quite, they're quite embroiled in the practical world, money, work, that type of thing, or socialising. They're putting on that front, but actually deep down, I think they actually do want to give you something. Somebody wants to give you something, and when they give it to you, it's going to be of value. And the star is wishes fulfillment. So we'll pick a card to go with the star. Oh. Now that's interesting. You're getting this outsider feeling again. Now, this is the advice from Spirit. So let's look at this. The advice from Spirit. I know what Spirit is saying. You've got to have faith, you know. You've got to have faith and take a stand. You know, 5 of Pentacles is, it's like you set yourself apart and you just say, I don't care if I'm an outsider. I don't care if I have to go alone. You know, and also it can be a team of 2 people that are both outsiders who are actually saying to, do you know what, I don't want to beg anyone. I don't want to have to bend or break myself or sell my soul. If I have to be an outsider in this world, I will be. You know, because the faith, the star card is like faith, isn't it? The faith is so deep. So I feel like Spirit is saying, look, you know, you have to be quite cold at the moment. You have to be quite businesslike with life, with this person. You know, stand by your beliefs. Stand by your authentic truth. Be the true being you are. Don't bend or break yourself to please somebody else. Have your faith, because the stars are aligned for you. And you're going to get more respect and more love and more energy from source by being your authenticity, you know, and not trying to please anybody anymore. So I think that's what Spirit, that is the advice. Stand in your power, even if it means standing alone. Right. You'll get more respect doing that. And you've got the faith. You've got the star card there. You know, that is wishes fulfillment. Outcome, High Priestess. That is the most spiritual card in the deck, you know. That is being very in tune with your needs, with your beliefs. You're not people pleasing anymore. You're not bowing down to anyone anymore. You're being authentic. And you're being real. And not only that, you're powerful. And you're being silent, because we have spoken about being businesslike and being a bit cold. You know, you hold the power. That's what the tarot is saying. You're going to hold more power. And that's what you're headed towards. You are going to be more powerful. And the Lovers card sits atop your head. So the 2 paths. The Lovers above your head as the High Priestess. A card to go with the High Priestess, please. Empress. Empress to the High Priestess. And I've said before, I don't know if you've seen it on the channel, but the Empress is like the gateway into the High Priestess. The Empress is the gateway from the manifested realm, and then it's also the Empress is the gateway into the High Priestess, which is the unmanifested realm. That is extremely powerful to have those 2 cards together. I cannot tell you how powerful that actually is. That is ridiculously powerful. Do not underestimate your power at this time. That is what I want to say. Relax, stay calm, stay aligned. Honour your truth, honour your being. If you're purging, fine. Let those purges come, because you're going to move through them. You're going to deal with things in a business-like matter. And what you're going to find is your belief is going to get stronger and stronger, and your energy and your power is going to get stronger and stronger. And the first card to come out was very soon. You know, be clearly decide what you want and you will receive it now. I'm telling you, with this reading, it is the best reading I've seen for the soulmate, I think, ever. You have the King of Swords next to that Justice card. You've got the Star. You've got to stand in your power and stand aligned and stand firm with whatever it is you want. This is what the tarot is showing that you are going to be doing. You may not even believe this is what you're going to be doing, but this is what you are going to be doing. The energy for this channel is getting stronger now, and we are moving into absolute potent energy. Things are going to go in your favor without you actually having to do anything. Okay, so that's it. You won't need to beg. You won't need to compromise who you are. Hold your head high, because the tarot is showing a new beginning, a very powerful new beginning, and you will receive what you deserve. Okay, so that is the message. You know, your soulmate is on the way. What you want is on the way. So stay very clear in your intentions and your energy. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of peace. And if you'd like to book in, do contact me. And thank you for subscribing, and thank you for giving this video a thumbs up, because it will help reach more people. Thank you. Peace.